Buongiorno and welcome back. Today I'm doing something a little different and swapping olive groves for beehives. My partner has kept bees for as long as I've known him, and up until this point I haven't really taken a huge interest in it just because I've had other priorities to think about. But over the last couple of months I've been shadowing him on his beekeeping journey to see if it's something I'm going to fall in love with or decide is just not for me. So let's take a look at some of the footage I've been filming over the last few weeks and see if it's going to become a permanent fixture on the homestead. Right, I'm all set. Starting to feel a little bit nervous now though, but it's going to be fine. I'm sure I'm going to put my gloves and my boots on and then we'll get outside. Now, I've borrowed this suit, which is obviously way too big, but so long as it does the job, I don't mind. My partner has around 100 hives, and today we're going to be checking them to make sure that the nucleus of each hive is healthy, that they have enough food, and that there is no disease. It's very much a family affair with father and son carrying out the beekeeping together. Smoke is used during the hive inspections to keep the bees calm. This is because they emit a strong smelling pheromone when they sense danger, and it would send all the bees into attack mode. As you can see, this is a very healthy hive, so it's time to add the honey super or honey chamber on top. But first of all, we add this mesh called a queen excluder, which stops the queen escaping but allows the worker bees to pass through and carry out their job. On top of the honey super goes the inner cover and then a hive cover. If we see that the bees don't have enough food stored up, then we will supplement them with bee vitamins to enhance their health and well-being, especially when natural pollen is lacking. Here Ruggero's checking for evidence of a queen cell being built, which would mean there would be a second queen. In this instance, he would have to kill the second queen to avoid the bees from swarming. As well as adding honey supers where needed, we're also switching out any old frames for new ones. This is where the bees build their combs. And in fact, any beeswax that they collect is sent off to a company that turns them into new honeycombs to fit into these frames. You might just be able to make out the queen bee here. She can be identified by her distinct body shape, which is longer and more slender than the worker bees. If not, you can see this one with the green dot is the queen bee, and sometimes beekeepers use this colour coding system to keep track of how old the queen is.
Hello again. It's been about a month since my last video about the bees, and I have heard that they've made lots of honey, and today is the day that they're going to be collecting it. So I thought I'd come along and see what it's all about. So I'm going to go and get suited and booted up, and then I will take you with me.
Facciamo oggi?
Amore, oggi facciamo un miele ottimo, spettacolare. A fine video vi diremo quanto ne abbiamo fatto, speriamo tanto.
Time to get the smoker ready and then head out to see how much honey has been made. After releasing a little bit of smoke, we started to collect any of the frames that were full of honey and removing the beeswax as we went. At this point, we realised there was a swarm forming in a tree nearby, so we went to investigate further. Swarms can occur at any time throughout the year, but most often occur in late spring or early summer. They occur when a new queen is made in a colony, or if there's crowding and lack of space. We think it was coming from this blue hive because there was so much activity going on outside. I've been fascinated with bees since I was little after reading that they communicate through dances, particularly the waggle dance, to show the location and quality of food sources. I've also heard that they can even distinguish between human faces, but I'm not sure if that's true or not, so let me know if you know. Once the frames have all been collected, it's time to blow off any excess bees and then take them to the laboratory for processing. Bad news is I've just started to need the toilet really badly and there's still quite a long way to go before I can stop and take this suit off, so we're just going to have to cross our legs here. Then we place the frames in an extraction machine, making some holes in the honeycomb as we go to ensure that the honey can flow properly. I managed to avoid being stung by a bee in all of the time that I spent with them over these few weeks, but after I got home and decided to get in the hot tub, I managed to get stung by a horsefly right on the bottom cheek and was unable to sit down for 2 days straight. Then after a few minutes of whirring around, the magic happens and this golden nectar appears in the container below. As promised, the total amount of honey collected on this occasion was around 100 kilos, which isn't bad going. The final step before putting it in jars is to place it in a honey maturer. It's a container specifically designed to help honey reach its ideal consistency and develop its characteristic flavour. Wanted to try some out, so I thought I'd make myself a smoothie bowl with some fresh berries, some pumpkin seeds, almonds, goji berries, and actually I like to add a spoonful of pollen. Although my partner doesn't make this yet, he has bought the little brushes to put in the hive, so hopefully next year he'll be able to produce his own pollen too. Bee pollen is a great source of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and amino acids. So there you have it. That was my first foray into the world of beekeeping, and it was actually quite fun, but I haven't 100% decided if I want to go ahead with it yet. So if you keep bees, please do let me know what kind of time commitment I would have to make, how many hives you have, and what would be the minimum I could start with, because I like the idea of starting with just one, but then of course it's a bit risky if disease hits and all of the bees die, and also it's quite a big financial investment just for one hive. So let me know. Also at this point, I feel since he let me film, I should give my partner's honey a big shout out. So thank you so much, Mr. Valerio. And if you live in Europe and you want to order some of the honey, then I will leave a little link for you below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different video, and I will see you again next time.